starting tonight with the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm your host, WWG, world's worst gamer. The Infinity Gauntlet is one of my favorite series of all time. The story is awesome, the art is awesome, everything is awesome about it. So I hope you enjoy the series as much as I do. Here we go. Recruit your own team of Special Forces. 10 hot G.I. Joe Special Forces trade cards are now ready for inspection. 200 cards in all. The front of each one blazing with color and action. The back filled with top secret information. Start your own collection with your favorite G.I. Joe and Cobra characters. Or collect and trade them by categories like rank and file, trolls, original Joe team, battle gear, and even special missions. Enlist now. Be the very first one on your block to join the ranks with the premier edition of the G.I. Joe Special Forces trading cards. They blow ordinary trading cards away. Right, here we go. Pull up your pants, folks. This one's gonna get crazy. Stanley presents the Infinity Gauntlet. There could be no denying it. You are supreme. Anything you wish to be, you are. Anything you wish is. Nothing in this universe dares challenge that claim. There be only one word to describe you. God. Look at that art. Within your grasp rests the infinite. My humble personage bows before your grandeur. I am proud to be your first acolyte, and bask in the glory of your divine presence. How may I serve you, great Thanos? By falling silent, Mephisto. George Perez, pencils. The moment is upon us. And the stars must come to realize the absolute truth of your words. None shall deny my righteous place in the pantheon of the cosmic gods. I claim a seat at the head of the table. There are secrets hidden within the heavens that even I, the master of the mystic arts, am not privy to. Doctor Strange is but a mage, not some all-knowing deity. It had been an uneventful day, and my hope was that the night would be the same. Alas, such good fortune was not to shine on me. I was in the midst of a late dinner when I first became aware of the approaching crisis. Will you be going out tonight, master? Only as far as my mind will take this book will take me, Wong. A medical journal? About an outbreak of insanity in the Catskill Mountains. What caused this epidemic? No one seems to... By the Vishanti, what was that? I am and Rintra are out shopping. Which means I have an intruder on the premises. No one who surely regret choosing this house to... You? Strange. Must reach Strange. Of all the people I imagine might still be lurking in my study, the Silver Surfer was not among the list. And the truth, he wasn't exactly lurking. He seemed barely capable of opening his eyes and moaning. You have, my friend. Wong, help me get him off to the soda. To the soda? To the sofa. Surfer, can you hear me? Yes. Came to warn you. Warn me? Warn me about what? Great danger. Coming This way must be stopped. Who? What? His arrival could herald the end of the universe. Thanos is coming. I know you thought him dead. He was, but he is no longer. How could any of us know that Mistress Death would resurrect this monster? Apparently Death has long thought the fact that there are more people alive today than ever died was a type of cosmic imbalance. This was an irregularity she sought to right using the dark powers at her disposal. And so she made the tragic mistake of retrieving Thanos from the Mad Titan from the realm of the dead. Through him, Death would mold the universe to her liking. Along with the renewed life, Death gave him greatly augmented power. Thanos would need this might to perform the dark task his mistress assigned him. Death has ordered Thanos to slaughter half the sentient population of the universe. For long months, Mephisto, I have contemplated the direction in which I should steer the destiny of this reality. All the myriad possibilities, so many choices. I do not envy you such astral burdens. At times, it seemed I would drown under an infinity of self-questioning. But at long last, I realize there is but one question that needs answering. I am now omnipotent. What should I do with such almighty power? The answer to that is really quite simple. Anything I want. Compared to Battletoads, Turtle seems like pond scum. Dude, if you're ready for a game that totally kicks butt, get Battletoads with 12 leaping levels of fierce fighting and radical racing for 1 or 2 players. My nose. Oh my god. Anything. I have to make an explosion sound effect here? Like seriously? Boom! Make your own. Boom! I am incapable of error. Any result that displeases me, I can simply reverse. There is nothing I need worry on, for I am Thanos. And Thanos is supreme. Most definitely. Supreme. But Thanos was too arrogant to be anyone's thrall. His sinister scheme was conceived while gazing into the depths of Death's infinity well. There he learnt of the soul, or infinity gem's true power, and convinced his dark mistress that the task assigned him could not be carried to fruition without them. Not even Death realized what limitless might the Mad Titan was striving for. Through cunning, sheer strength, and murder, Thanos wrested the infinity gems from those that possessed them, and with each acquisition he gained mastery over the soul, the mind, power, time, reality, and the space gem. In other words, Thanos now had the unbridled power of a god. No longer do the laws of nature bind him. His will can bend the very fabric of reality. He is all, and all there is now his to command. Thanos is now mightier than Death herself. more powerful than any force in the universe. Such force in the hands of a madman, a nihilist. It could mean the end of all that is. Can't really see, there you go. I like that. Words. They were all grade A losers. We first became aware of them as they stepped out of a bar in some place called upstate New York. Naturally, they were tanked to the gills. We should have got out of here hours ago. We're hot. The ringleader was a cold-eyed brute called Jake Miller. Getting pretty tired of your always nagging, Fats. The top of lard was Ralph Bunker. Yeah, just don't knock off a liquor store waste of the shopkeeper and spend the rest of the day in a bar. The blonde bimbo went by the name of Bambi Long. Can you believe it?
Fats, you just gotta learn to relax and enjoy life.
The cops will be looking for us on the thruway. Then we take the back roads, no sweat, and I know them like the back of my hand. Can't you two get it through your heads? We gotta get out of state, maybe up to Canada. We are. What a jerk that Jane was. Guess the big lug forgot about one certain curve on the back of his hand, because he drove off it doing better than 65. No one survived the sudden stop at the bottom of the cliff. Did I miss a page or something? Just doesn't seem to... Okay. Not realizing the extent of Thanos' new might, a being called the Destroyer and I foolishly confronted the Titan. Almost proved to be a fatal miscalculation on our part. We were but helpless puppets within his grasp. He toyed with us, laughing all the time. My much lauded cosmic might was nothing compared to the power Thanos brandished. Then, when he finally tired of us, the Mad Titan used the power of the Soul Gem to steal our spiritual essence. I am not understanding where this goes from this. What is this page doing here? Honestly. Okay. Alright. Don't get it right now. When we awoke from the ordeal, the Destroyer and I found ourselves within the metaphysical world of the Soul Gem. It was the most bizarre place I had ever encountered. It was there that I met a strange and enigmatic man called Adam Morlock, apparently the spiritual leader of the Soul World. Encountering him was an experience I'll long remember. It was through a spell cast by him that the Destroyer and I were able to return to this reality. A harrowing escape. By the time we regained our bodies, Thanos had departed to an unknown destination to consider the best use he could to make his own newfound divinity. We were informed by this development by my longtime enemy Mephisto, for reasons all his own, and warned that we should fortify our universe against the Titan's inevitable return. I immediately set out for the Earth to spread the word of the approaching danger, but unfortunately, many an event kept me from reaching this world until now. I pray my warning has not come too late. So do I. I stand in awe of Thanos' might and his ability would wield it as if it has been always been a part of him. In the twinkling of an eye, the Titan whisks us off to the Hall of Death, a realm even I have never dared trespass in. And in a blinding flash of epiphany, I realize a most disturbing truth. Sorry, I thought that was a narrator's voice. Okay. Even ultimate power does not make you the master of all you survey. Mistress Death, my love, I have returned. It is my most sincere hope that you have at last forgiven me my duplicity in gaining the infinity gems. It would appear she hasn't.
My lord, my sympathies. You are not deserving of such brusque treatment.
No, I am not. The big guy waited out. The fires had cooled before sending us in. Would have been nice of him to give us some warning he was making his move. But no! There was this blinding flash, a feeling of vertigo, and the three of us were in our new homes. For better or worse. This body is dead. And it's been charbroiled. It's a mess. I can't go around walking looking like this. You shall not have to. My powers are healing and modifying these husks to fit our specific needs. But the transmutation will take time. We will need a place to rest while I complete my handiwork. Looks like we're in luck. Thrifty Motel. I appear to be the least damaged of the three of us, so I shall arrange for a lodging. Wait here for me. Hey babe, you ought to check yourself out in the mirror. You're turning green.
Green? How nice!
So much power in the possession of one who has barely reached the status of a godling. The very thought boggles the mind. Thanos could destroy even me with but a thought, yet his basic soul remains on the edge of mortality. Is he capable of managing the forces now under his command? Or will his fragile heart be his undoing? It was never my intention to wrong you, nor do I believe I have. Darling mistress, your scorn wounds me deeply. True, did I use the powers you granted me to seek out the infinity gems to become the supreme being that I now stand before you. But I only sought such glory in order to become worthy of your love. Your heart deserves better than the thrall I was. I had no other choice than to become your equal. Not equal, superior. But now Mistress Death is nothing more than your love slave. That was a position you chafed in. How can she find such status unless stifling? But she is the keeper of my heart. Your love is bondage. My love is worship. The mistress of the Hall of Death has no need for sycophants. No! You are wrong. Death should be revered. Shrines should be built to her. Yes, shrines. Look at that. That's so cool. What merit has beauty be not cherished and honored? How could I gaze so deeply into my loved one's soul and not build monuments to her? I be now a deity, yet first I was a man. My adoration for death was the only mortal trait worth bringing with me to this lofty plateau. So fault me not for celebrating this fiery passion and the focus of such deep emotion. Come, sit at my side, dearest one. In the depths of the eternal night, you and I are queen and king. Our domain be all the universe. From these thrones we shall decide the fate of 1,000,000 solar systems and all that inhabit them. From this vantage point tomorrow shall be designed. As a token of my heartfelt esteem, Mistress Death, I give thee all that is. Still, she spurns me?
Perhaps it is because she has not yet realized the true stagnant depths of your black soul is capable of achieving.
What do you mean?
Mistress Death is a dark spirit, ebon in her ways. Her mate must be of like bent. Are you up to such a challenge?
Am I not Thanos? Did I not butcher the woman who gave me birth, who force-fed me into this hell called life? Is not the wake of my passing crimson with the blood of my enemies and allies alike? Death is with me every second of the day. My every moment is spent in either dealing out death or worshipping it. So tell me, who under the stars is better suited than I to be Death's consort?
No one, but it is not I who need to prove this to.
Yes, that is what must be done. If proof of my depravity is what is needed, so be it. Behold, Mistress Death, Thanos' greatest creation. Allow me to introduce you to Nebula, my granddaughter. At least that's what she claims to be. So I took her at her word and made her my own. From a vigorous and healthy young thing I created that which now stands before you. My power and spirit sculpted Nebula into walking death. Limbs twisted, flesh charred and cracked and nearly mindless. By all rights the wench should be dead, but yet she lives. She exists on a fine line between life and death, a limbo of sorts. My unearthly power maintains her balance on the precarious perch. Yuck. Nebula has no hope of unconsciousness or true death, relieving her continuous horror and agony. She is my living tribute to the blasphemy of life and the glorious promise of death. Do not turn your back to me, woman! Titan, Mistress Death finds your boast empty and your bravado distasteful. Mistress, you will address me directly or not at all. I do not comprehend this attitude of yours, mistress. All I seek is your love and approval. But all I receive from you is Herculean efforts as disdain. What have I done to deserve such rejection? Sounds similar, like Synchro Wars 2, Beyonder, and Dazzler.
Perhaps it is what you haven't done that roused the maiden.
Of course. So engrossed have I been in reveling in my newfound might that I have been remiss in fulfilling the obligation accepted during my past life. My love bade me to extinguish the light of the half the universe's populace. It is a task I have yet to complete. How inconsiderate of me. My behavior has been inexcusable. No wonder why you have been angry with me. A lover should always follow through on a vow given. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having a tough time reading.
He's really going to do it.
Bagged myself a couple of burglars and 3 muggers. Typical night's work for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I was calling it quits and heading home when something like a wave of vertigo hit me. Then the old spider sense went off like it never before. Felt like my skull was going to explode. I decided to come in for alignment until it passed. When the old head cleared, I found myself staring down at the crowd milling around Times Square. Even at this late hour, the place was still jumping. Get your t-shirt. Why couldn't I have kept my eyes shut just a few seconds longer? But I didn't, so I ended up witnessing a sight that I'm sure I will haunt my dreams for years to come. There was no ominous warning, not one storm cloud, heavenly voice, nor any kind of things that you'd accompany such a cataclysmic event. Nothing. Just half the people down the square merely vanished. At first I thought I was losing my mind, flipping out. But then the street crowd confirmed the reality of this nightmare. Charlie? Where'd you go? Charlie? My baby! Whoa, what could have done this? Had only Times Square been affected? What's this happening all over the city? Then it hit me. Mary Jane! I just stopped by the Avengers HQ to go through some computer files involving the case I was working on. Everything seemed peaceful enough. I should have known it wouldn't last. I didn't expect to find Hawkeye in from the West Coast, keeping Cersei company during her stint on monitor duty. Cap, I found that file you were asking about. Thanks, Cersei. I was reaching for the file when it happened. They were disappearing. There was absolutely nothing I could do. Nothing at all. They were gone. I felt so helpless. Scared. Because deep down inside, I knew. This was only the beginning. The beginning of something that was destined to become much bigger and more horrible than anything the Avengers had ever before faced.
When you're the chief honcho of S.H.I.E.L.D., you expect it to hit the fan occasionally. But I never figured it'd get this bad this quick. No, Mr. President. We're still trying to figure out what happened. Yes, half my crew vanished also, sir. We're getting reports from all over the globe. As soon as I know, sir, so will you. Goodbye.
Sigh. Section telemetry shows nothing, Nick.
Terrific. Half the human race just up and vanishes. The world's greatest spy network can't figure out what caused it. I got a nasty feeling about all this, Val. This one's going to be bad. Real bad.
New bulletins coming in indicate that the humans are not the only creatures falling victim to the great disappearance. Cattle farmers report that half their herds have vanished. Indeed, scientists believe half of all animal life on the planet has just disappeared along with missing human victims. Many pet owners have struck.
I've heard enough. So it's happening everywhere. Not just here on Broadway, not just direct but the abomination is evolved somewhere, so that's where I start.
When I became Empress Sybil of the Skrull Empire, I never expected the post to be easily handled. But this is far more than I ever dreamt to have to reckon with. From even the farthest reaches of the Empire come the reports of massive disappearances. I believe there can be no doubt who is responsible for this outrage. None whatsoever. Only our ancient enemy would dare such a blatant act of aggression. The Kree must pay for this villainous deed with blood. Let there be war!
A sense of great unease came upon me, one I could not explain away. All over the universe, I could feel them. Master, I feel. Wong? What the? By Hogarth! Wong! They're all dying! Billions upon billions of souls are blinking out of existence! What are you talking about? Not one knew what struck them. Horrible! I could taste their dread and confusion. They are within part of death now. Just too much to bear. Too much. Few know that life exists on Saturn's moon Titan. There, within the bowels of the artificial satellite, lives a race of demigods in a peaceful paradise. It is the home of the Titans. My home. And so I urge my friend Firelord to return with me to Titan. Dear mentor, I feel he would be of great service to us in any future struggle against evil Thanos.
I am most certain he would, son Eros. I have heard much about you, friend Firelord, and welcome you.
What? Father? Father!
What Firehead do told, man?
This not be my doing, everyone. Yes, stay thy hand, destroyer. Attention, attention, priority alert. What is it, Isaac? Reporting planet-wide phenomenon. Half of the population has suddenly vanished without trace. I currently have no explanation for the occurrence. Thanos.
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 I think we were all adjusting pretty well to our new bots. I lost my briquette look and the babe was keeping busy stitching together a new outfit. Seems strange having to do something like this sewing again.
I like being back myself. I miss this reality with all of its different places to go, things to do. Taste to savor. People to annoy. And hey! Where'd you go? Gone. Of course I kept my head straight and didn't panic. Help! Help! She just went and vanished. It's not my fault. You gotta do something and... Oh no. What a lot of help you're gonna be. Next issue. From bad to worse. Hit him high. Hit him low. Konami unleashes a combination all-out aerial assault and gut-churning ground blitz for your NES. It's named Laser Invasion. The target, chic toxic moron and his earth-shattering techno-scorch missiles. You'll pilot the Laser Invasion helijet, an air-slicing armor-plated powerhouse, ready to fire your choice of weapons. You must bank, dive, and hover, employing advanced combat techniques against unrelenting waves of airborne enemies. Land your bird of prey and charge the Sandstorm Command Center home of the 3D Confusion Maze. To get there, pounce on divisions of Pharaoh Phantom tanks, Chiller choppers, and an army of grenade-throwing machine gun-toting terrors. Between battles, your life hinges on your own tactical decisions. Gather enough skin-saving objects, ammo, and intelligence, and you'll penetrate the Sheik's Fortress of Doom. But there won't be much time to do your dirty work, so let the invasion begin. And now zap $10 off of Laser Scope Voice Command Optical Targeting Headset with a rebate offer inside every Laser Invasion package. What? Contra's competition, I guess. It's here! Dungeons and Dragons game.
A medieval swordsman, powerful warrior, or mythical wizard. This could be you in the new Dungeons and Dragons game. Learn to survive the deepest dungeons and most horrible dragons. Take on the new Dungeons and Dragons game challenge. It's here. Simple to play. Fun to play. Now everyone can play. Or I will kill you. Oh wait. I didn't say that.
Infinity Gauntlet, number 1. It's awesome. It's awesome. Nobody's watching, nobody cares. First issue. The books. It's worth $30. At least. Mmm. 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 Touch it. I know you can't touch it. I can. It's nice. Oh, my bony fingers. Okay, getting awkward. Alright.